Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Flashjaw Deathclaw. And once again, we are back doing a little bit of streaming, doing some Farming Simulator 2017 tonight for you guys. Okay. And we can actually get started just right off the bat. There we go. A lot of people find this game boring. I don't. I find it very therapeutic. It's peaceful. It's ordered. As I mentioned in the previous video, there's no chaos. There's no people running around trying to murder you while you're farming. Not like in Far Cry when you're right in the middle of fishing and all of a sudden you've got 8 different guys attacking you. That's always kind of a nuisance. Alright, let's see what the hell we got here. Okay. Put all my running lights on here. And we're gonna have to go and... Yeah. Number 5 is the largest single field on this entire map. Number 5 is the largest. It's kind of the way I usually use this for farming a lot of my story products. Because it's the largest, I can get multiple runs out of it. All I have to do is bring the tractor in, pick up the product that's been produced, and boom, we're off the market. Unless I want to store it, which I rarely do. This game is about making money. Money. You'll probably have seen the method in many other people's videos. I prefer a self-perpetuating system. Turn on our mower and hire somebody to run it for us. And there he goes. What I mean by self-perpetuating is you can probably see I have a bunch of windmills set up here along the border of my level. Those are constantly bringing me in every real world minute. I'm making like 100 and something thousand. Right, let's actually check that right now. We're at 114. So that's... yeah, like 143,000 every real world, or every minute in game. I think the 60 times is more accurate because it gives you an actual minute count. Otherwise, it would be 143,000 every 30 seconds. Every 30 seconds real world time. And it also helps stave off any kind of funds drainage from hiring people, because these little guys do take kind of a bite. Especially when you've hired them and they're competent and they're running the little hearts out to work for us. Okay. I don't recall why I left this little guy out here, but I'm not going to worry about it. I don't need him. Alright, we just made in that, it was a partial day, $571,200 in that partial day. In any given 24-hour period, we usually make about $2,500,000. But that's also on double speed, so... I'm actually going to leave the corn alone as much as I'd like to cut it down and store it. Because I want to have some foliage if I roll by in my train. Have something to look at. Ugh. Okay, what the hell are we doing here? Yeah, let's hop out. Let's start up our guy. I'm not sure whether he's done or what. exactly is going on here. Yeah, he's done. Start. Turn on all the lights. Hire somebody. Because his tank is full, we're going to have to grab a vehicle to empty that. Turn on our personal light here. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I put my vehicle in right over here. The nice thing is it'll actually give you a prompt in the upper right hand corner of the screen, letting you know what's going on. Okay. Can't seem to find my... Yeah, we're gonna go backwards. That might actually be easier for us. Yeah, I think... Yeah, there he is. Okay. This is the little guy we want. We're gonna roll right in here, pick up these beats, and I think this is one of the high capacity tippers, so we may not need to, okay, yeah, we're gonna have to swoop around on this one. But yeah, it can get pretty loud when everything's running. There we go. Everything's getting put right in there. Good stuff, really good stuff. And this tipper I'm using right now is actually the perfect capacity for this thing. Because the machine itself holds 43,000. This tipper is just okay. The machine itself still has 3,000 in it, so it's never completely empty. What we want to do now is come over here, like in a previous video, and check our chart. The folks that are paying the best right now are, wow, looks like Gomez Ridge Acres, which is out that way. You can even see the green spire that's actually a map marker, so you don't get lost. Because when you first start playing this game, I guarantee you, it's like your first time being, well, anywhere. You're gonna get lost. It's just a given. And with 40,000 capacity, this should be nice. Back on the right side of the road. I like to run on the wrong side of the road. Sometimes that helps me pass these slowpokes that don't know how to get it going. And yes, this current tractor I'm using, its top speed is 45 miles an hour. Really, really helpful if you need to get the produce to market, get it sold, and get back to it. And I prefer to move expediently in this world. I don't like to poke along unless I'm starting a brand new game. Then you're kind of forced to follow along like a snail. Okay. And let's see how much we're gonna make. Here we go. And it empties itself, so you can kind of kick back a little bit. Hoping for at least 10. Okay, we made 17,620. That is pretty decent. Now, it's never going to be as high as things like soy. Soy always sell for an enormous amount of money, especially if you get the right ones. I don't have to worry because I actually own that field. I try and buy fields that are pretty much right on top of the main selling points. Like Denton Bakery is, what, 20, 30 yards from my beet field? So if Denton Bakery needs those beets, then I just go right to it. I don't even bother worrying about it. Yeah, I just load this puppy up, drive it on over, offload what needs to be offloaded, and boom, we're in the money. Kill my life is daytime now. Okay, sometimes I miss this entrance because I'm, forced to wait for the lazy bones to get moving. Our beet processor there. Okay, we're gonna park this bad boy. I do have everything on manual shut off. That way I have constant control over what gets turned off, what gets turned on, when, how. Kind of a control freak when it comes to that. Even though I have the ability to leave my vehicles running, I don't. I never leave my vehicles running, if I can help it. Okay, because it's daytime, we don't need to turn anything on right now. Turn my map on though. Okay, well, I think I know what happened. This truck is actually supposed to be up by field 5. Must have been one of those times I went to go grab lunch or something. I just left it there. Give you a little inside cab view. That's always kind of cool. And this truck can travel quite quickly, up to 50 plus miles an hour. Okay. Which is nice because we can go right by people like that. We don't even have to worry about them getting in the way. Alrighty. It's nice that as soon as you let off the gas, it starts to reduce its speed. Let's pop out so we don't run headlong into something. Alright. And, yep, he's down this end. Usually if you watch your map, if there's something blinking and it's holding still, that lets you know that there's a pickup that needs to happen. Goes right up in here. Right up under it, and there we go. These ones don't offload as quickly as the beet processing unit does, but that's quick enough. The beet harvester, I just call it processing unit, it sounds better. This thing holds 40,500, but the hopper itself, I think, holds like, I don't know how many. Quite a bit. Apparently can hold just a bit more than what the machine can produce, because those machines, they run until they're full. Now we're going to do what we did before. Eventually I'll actually get into a rhythm where I can tell who's selling what and what's good. Okay. Yeah, looks like Denton Bakery needs the soy, so we're going to run on down there. It's one of my other larger trucks over there. I also intentionally picked this smaller tipper. Pardon me. Because it allows me to stay mobile more often. If I have one of the gigantic tippers and I fill it, then I'm just kind of standing around, twiddling my thumbs when I should be. I prefer to stay mobile as often as possible. That's more entertaining. It's definitely going to be more entertaining for you guys when you do watch this video. Mobility is a big thing for me, especially while playing this game. Cutting it close there. And this is not like Need for Speed. You don't get bonuses for getting in almost accidents. Okay. apparently there's some sales going on. At the moment, I don't really need anything, so I don't have to worry about it. Okay, here's Denton Bakery. All right up here. Want to make sure that you get inside that that grid. You can actually watch the bottom right-hand corner. I'll back up and we'll do this. Back it right on up here. Yeah, you just watch, and there's the unload symbol. I usually like to keep it right in the middle. That way I don't lose anything. That way I get the most out of my unload. And there goes the money counter. She's taking off. Okay, we just made 44,796. And that's off of 15 units. 15,000 units of soy. You know, if I unloaded one of the big ones, it would be, that would have some serious money. We just passed the 49 million mark. Pretty good. It's also one of the benefits of having a self-perpetuating system. Your money is always going up. Unless you're buying stuff or... Okay, we need to leave the truck running here. We're actually going to jump a couple. Yeah, this thing's about to be full. Sorry if I just blew your eardrums out. I know that was kind of loud. Unfortunately, sometimes that happens. I usually have the sound of the vehicles turned up because I like the mechanical sounds. I dig that stuff. Okay. Doing this a slow way because how do I have everything orchestrated even like I used to? Now everything's jumbled up all over the place. Okay, I'll fire it up. Try and work our way backwards here. Yeah, she's almost there. Once she does, we'll jump forward 6 or 7 spots and we'll pick it up. Okay. And here we go. A little bit of loud noise here for a second. Actually back the camera off so you're not getting your eardrums blown out. Even at a distance, this game is pretty. I usually try to ride right up on things because I like to see how everything works. Far more entertaining that way. Okay, it's running. Okay, a little bit of loudness and we're going. Okay. Give you a cockpit view of this little guy here. Let's see what the market value of Beats is. Yeah, looks like Goldcrest Pacific Grain, which is up near number 5, is actually paying the best, so we're going to get up to speed. This one would be at 45 already, other than the fact that it's hauling quite a couple tons of beets right now, so it's bound to happen. Once this bad boy gets up to speed, though, it's easy sailing. That's nice because all this stuff is really, really close to your start point. You start off at this farm. This is your farm, and it starts off really, really tiny. Okay, so it looks like our soy harvester is almost full. So we need to get it in gear here. Yeah, field number 5 is, if I remember correctly, just a hair over $1 million to buy it. And that's your first real expenditure, apart from the farming tools themselves. Some of these things can be pretty expensive. Okay, and here we go. Climbing as quick as I'd like, but it's still climbing alright though. 16,165. Reasonable for a some beets. I usually pick on things like oops, lost one of my earbuds there. Hang on a second, I'll get right back to talking to you guys. Park this thing, sort of almost ran headlong into a tree. Okay. Whew. Okay. Yeah, what I was gonna say was, yeah, I try to pick on things like little bug there. Sometimes the camera gets the herky-jerkies. I have no idea why. Yep, that's right. The computer's been driving drunk again. Oh. Yeah. That was close. Sometimes I have laughing fits. I do apologize for that. I amuse myself. Alright. Let's see here. What the hell? Yeah, this right here, this truck is actually a mod that I picked up. This thing is super quick. Thing does like 65. And that's with a full load. Good golly. Alright. We gotta get this little guy up here. I mostly like this truck because it's dependable, it's quick. Oops, here we go. Causing farmland accidents. It looks a lot like a Peterbilt, and I kind of dig that. Like the classic look of old world trucks and stuff. Now, one thing I would really like to see in a future iteration of this game, or of the series, is maybe just like a really simple shifting mechanic, like hitting X or triangle to shift up, and one of the other buttons to shift down while you're transporting. Give the player something else to do. So, yeah, I'm the type of guy I like to. If I'm playing, I want to stay super busy. Okay, it's a little bit quieter over on this side. Okay, looks like we just crossed the $50 million mark, so we're actually doing pretty darn good. Let's see who's accepting the best stuff. Yeah, it looks like Denton Bakery is still paying, so we're gonna hit them up again. Another way, if you find you're playing this and your volume's up pretty good, another way to cut out the external machine sounds is to enter cockpit view. That dramatically reduces how much noise you hear from the outside. Because the windows are up and they don't let you roll the windows down. Which would be kind of cool, but that's okay. Kind of helps itself out, really. Now, when I'm looking to just come home from work and chill, this is one of the things I play. I love this kind of stuff. Posing a question to you guys, because I've been, jabbering on. I've been talking to you guys, but I haven't really asked any questions of you. What is your go-to game when you get home from work? A game you want to play to relax? And this question does exclude action games. What is your, I'm a little weary from work. I need to recharge. What games do you play? This is one of my favorites. Also play Eurofishing, which you've probably, if you guys have checked out my channel, probably seen in the previous video. Okay, make sure we get this just right. Okay, and make me money. There we go. Get it, get it, get it. Get that money, get that money. Yep. 44,760 like last time. Identical. That's a great thing to know. You get consistent results with that. Oops. I don't know why. Every time I drive by there, that guy always says hi, and it's like, what the hell is that? For a second, I thought somebody was in my chat talking to me, and it's like, that's impossible. I can't hear anybody in chat. If there was anybody in chat, I wouldn't be able to hear you guys. You have to throw a message up for me to see what was going on. All right, hit the brakes. You want to cool it down a little bit, you just tap the brakes once or twice. She slows right up, and then you can take your turn. I think we're going to change this up a little bit, because we've been hitting the beats and some of the other stuff pretty hard. Alright, as you can see, I just paid a bunch of bills, vehicle running costs and all that malarkey. So, now that stuff has been handled, I'm actually going to put my character right here. Shut the truck off, kill the lights, get out. Okay, I'm going to run up here to our seeding machine. Okay, we'll fire it up, put our lights on, because it is nighttime. Just so a couple more seconds to 0-100 hours now in game. Okay, and there we go. Now we just cut this little bad boy loose. Jump back to our truck. It's about halfway there. Unfortunately, the way this is set up, the way I have it set up anyway, I have to jump through all these different vehicles to get certain things going. Oh, this must have been one that I partially filled and forgot about. just gonna move this bad boy right out of the way. And in the process, we're also going to sell some here. The non-optimal sell points. Yeah, they're going to give us... not bad. 3,270 per unit. Alright. Not super duper, but it'll recoup the cost that we paid earlier. 47,692. Yeah. So the proof is definitely in the pudding that, you know, sell big and sell big, win big. It's kind of the, I know it sounds like some corporate douchebags, only a corporate douchebag would say, but it's the truth when it comes to this game. Sell big, win big. Just past the 51 million mark, so we're looking good, feeling good. Alright. Yeah, I think with you guys, get this right here, kill the engine, make sure all the lights are off. Yeah. And the parts up there, that way it's not in the way of the seeding machine. The machine can kind of do its own business and it's not really bonking into stuff. I think we're going to see about getting some getting some potatoes planted and stuff like that. Alright, let us see here. Tractors, yada 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 yada. Oh dear. Okay. Sewing machines. Thing with potatoes, they're kind of a pain in the ass. Who am I kidding? They're a giant pain in the ass, but it's kind of cool to see them being processed. So, all right, we're gonna come to. Apparently, this one here is the largest potato planting machine we got. GL860 compactor. And that requires horsepower of 170. So, yeah, we're definitely going to need a cultivator of some sort. We're going to buy this one. We're going to be using a little tractor for potatoes because we're only going to do one tiny field. Just to show you what they look like. And because I have absolute truckloads of money, I can blow money and not even care. Alright. Now, and this thing is a standalone potato farming machine. So, that would go a long way. Yeah. Looks like our sewing machine is just tottering along. Okay, it looks like our... Not sure which one's which, but the beet machine's almost done. Yeah, I have machines spread throughout this place, so it's kind of wacky. Okay. Now, before we go and pick that stuff up, let's see where our beet machine's at. I don't think we pass over, but okay, there it is. No, keep going to the wrong machine. No, here we are. Okay, and it's ready to offload, so that's actually really good timing. spin her around. Right back at it like this, that should do it. Uh-oh. Now, how we got hung up, but we got hung up. I think I know what it is. This machine adjusted itself down. Yeah, we're not close enough. Damn it. There we go. There we go. I came in a little too aggressively on the angle. Couldn't quite get to it. Alright, and we're at 51.7 mil. Looking healthy. Helper C is blocked by some form of object. I'm not sure what the hell that means, but okay. And instead of offloading this, we're actually going to go poke it in one of our bunkers. So it's close, so you can see this when I do it. And we have all this offloading equipment. I'm not even going to mess with any of that. Okay. Angle it a bit. Whoop. Okay. Pardon me. Rude to belch on camera and all that. I think that, yeah, that puts us right in a good spot. Okay, and we'll begin to unload. Look forward just a dash. Apparently that wasn't far enough ahead. Not too worried if I make a mess. I've got a front end loader right there to clean it up. Sometimes it takes a second for the gate to close, even after I've told it to. There we go. But that's okay. It's not a major deal. I'm gonna park this little guy right here. And we're going to see what the hell is going on with Helper C, wherever that might be. I think that's up on 5. Okay, this is full. And this guy's not blocked. It's just not smart enough to do it itself, so we're going to fire that guy. Turn on the sower. I'm going to back this up because, yeah. Helper C was not blocked, just the computer wasn't smart enough to do it itself, so I have to help it a little bit. Back it straight up, and hopefully that will be the last time I have to assist this thing, but one never knows. Yeah. That's probably going to take out some of the things we've already planted, but that's fine. When you set a worker, it does not cost you any seed, so that's definitely a strong tip you want to use when you're running a seed machine. It will cost you seed. You know, I happen to be in a ride-along kind of, but that worker's doing everything. Yeah, and my seed count is not dropping at all, because the computer is running it. Okay. I'm actually gonna dismiss that worker because nothing's really going on right now. Come back to this thing in a while and unload it, but another nice thing you can do is you can just have your machine just stop. Just shut everything down, let them sit there. I have settings set up so none of this wilts Yep, there's not really a time limit on how long you can mess around with things. This stuff never wilts, never. A lot of people call that cheating. I don't think it's cheating because I'm not doing this. I'm not turning this into a competition. I'm doing it because it's fun. All right, let's. Okay, here we go. We got our potato farming machine. An interesting little fellow. Ready? This whole process also worked to my favor because at the moment I'm streaming. Also, this whole thing is being recorded as well, so it means I don't have to cut other videos. You know, these can be nice long videos, and I can just let them go. Yeah, I think we're gonna go with. Yeah, it looks like field 23 is gonna be the. I'm sorry, field 24 is actually gonna be for potatoes. Teeny tiny little field, which is perfect because it's. I'm mostly doing this for you guys. I've farmed potatoes over and over and over again, exhaustively, in my own time. Yep. Yeah, one thing you'll find if you're not going fast enough, the NPC controlled cars will run right up on you. So don't take it personal. It's just that they weren't programmed to be very smart. And the guy behind me is probably having a coronary because we're not going fast enough. So, yeah, he's just gonna have to deal. Dude lives in farm country. He should know better. I don't know why I bought that cultivator and stuff. I already have a gigantic cultivator over here. And I probably did that because I forgot about it. Forget about a lot of things once I get to doing stuff. Okay, we're gonna come right on over here. And we're gonna park this bad boy right there. Park him right here. Alright. We don't even really need this plow, but I'm gonna keep it. Park it right on the, come on. Here we go. I'm gonna park it right on over here next to the train track. So whenever we do decide to drive one of our trains, we get to see all this cool stuff. Okay. That's me uncoupling from the plow. That loud clunk. Now, I'm gonna keep that bigger truck for the potatoes because when it's time to unload, things at quite a capacity. Let me see if this thing even needs. That needs cultivation, but I'm gonna test it out anyway. See if it does. See what the ground looks like. Nope. In the look of things, it's good to go. So, okay. We're also going to park this right on over here, right out of the way. I'm actually going to come in here because I made a boo-boo in buying that teeny tiny cultivator. That was a mistake, a gigantic mistake, but that's okay, we all make them. I'm going to ditch that because we don't really need it. Yeah, we've got the Gigant 10, which is a monster, absolutely monster. cultivator. I make putting the potatoes in so much faster. Okay. A little loud noise, sorry guys. Guy right up there. Yeah, it's getting a little loud when I get close, so I do apologize. Better get back in as quick as I can so I don't shocking all your eardrums. Yeah, it's much quieter. Yeah, if I had the whole time scale set to 120 times normal time, would probably be at 60 or 70 million by now. But it's climbing nice and steady on its own. There's no point rushing it. And I'm making money all the time by offloading stuff. So there's no real necessity for me to do any of that. Now, let's get rid of that map for right now. Okay. And I think, yeah, once we get the potatoes in, and we get our first batch, I think that will probably be the end of this broadcast. Because I'm sure you guys have spent enough time listening to me jabber on like a crazy person. So we're gonna attach it, refill it because we have some seed bags sitting here. Thank goodness. Makes things much easier. And usually each of these bags holds about 1,000, give or take. See the potatoes filling up the hopper. That's just the amount of seed this thing can hold. Let's buy a bunch more. I want to top this bad boy off so I don't have to mess with it too often. 1, 2, 3. Let's go with 5. Okay. I think on the next broadcast or video I'll touch on animal husbandry, or as you guys at home would affectionately call it, being a cowboy. In other words, that means you raise cattle, sheep, horses, and the like, and use them for work or sell their products as it behooves us. Okay, and off we go to plant some potatoes. Potato plants are, visual-wise, they're a lot like beets. But once they actually come in, they look completely different. Looks like the beets need to be picked up, but I know what I'm going to do, because we're going to be closing the stream down shortly. I'm just going to pop on over there, shut that machine off right where it stands, and I'll worry about the rest later off stream. Okay. Get this little guy in. Get it to come over a bit, because, come on. Alright, you know what, we're just gonna do one giant loop so I can get a straight run at it. Because I'm not gonna mess with that. That's just gonna piss me right off. Okay. And hopefully if this young guy or gal is doing what they're supposed to, this should be nice and easy. The whole process should be wicked easy. Yep, and you actually got these nice neat rows here where the potatoes will be growing in. And things I keep doing this. Then I'm actually going to modify this so we're not here all damn night. And you have everything sped up. These guys also take a lot more money, much faster. But that's okay. It's not like I don't have any to spare. And we're just gonna chill out and wait for our first couple rows of taters to come in. We'll, scoop a couple up. It's also kind of nice I don't have my face cam on right now. I can just kind of lay back on my pillows and stuff. I don't have to worry about if you guys can see my face or not. Also, something really relaxing about the sounds of the machines themselves. Very uniform, very melodic. Now let's do an inside cab view. You can see there the little greens from the potato plants now. And that wouldn't have happened if I hadn't turned up the time scale by twice as much. So the game is actually running at 120 times real time. So in actuality, every minute in game, it may be a minute. It could also be half a minute, 30 seconds or so. It's funny, it's showing negative 24 wage payment. It's like, yeah, they're taking these guys are taking a lot more than $24 of wage payments. A lot more. But that's okay. You know, these guys get enough money, they can start their own farms. They can hire their own workers. Now these guys did a hell of a job with the ambience. They got the birds chirping, and if you get near some of the waterways, you can hear frogs, especially at night. All the chirping and croaking. Actually, pretty cool. It's pretty convincing too. As I did mention in a video I had made previously, one thing I was kind of sad about was they didn't, the trains in this game, they don't let them travel all that far. I mean, in comparison to the size of the world. I'm hoping, like I said, you know, I've got a lot of hopes for this year. I'm hoping they really expand on what they've already done. Like a place like this, I'd love to see a train that could travel to most of the farms. Or at least to a couple of the major ones. You know, past some of the big fields. That way people can offload their stuff into the trains and off they go. That would be pretty cool to me anyway. There was a previous save game that I did have. It's not this save game. I had a save game where I was actually making $1 million a minute. Yeah, that's just absolutely insane. Of course, I had so many different windmills generating money for me. I mean, there's barely a place you could look, like out in the distance there. You can't really see anything. I mean, you might be able to see the head of one or two, but... in that save game, I had more than 50, more than 60 of those things. You know, plus a bunch of other junk. It's just absolutely crazy how much I have. Yeah, you can see some of the windmills out in the distance. They're not obtrusive. It's not like, oh god, all these guys windmills. Man, I wish these crops would hurry up and brown up a bit so I could do this for you guys. Game's kind of taking its time. even at max speed. Sometimes you just have to wait, even as well as things are going. You just kind of have to be patient with it. Yeah, they're saying these guys get 25, whatever. It's like, yeah. You look at the money counter, they're taking a hell of a lot more than 25. And that's each. It's still ticking down, but once this guy starts working again, the money just flies right out the window. Watch that money counter. There it goes. It could also be counting down that quickly based on, oh golly, based on the fact that it's buying seed while it plants, instead of using the seed machine that I bought. It's the only other way I can explain it. And I actually prefer it that way. Good. Take from the account. There's plenty there. I think I'm gonna jump machines here. Try and find my potato machine here. As you can see, there are the two trains. Just kind of sit there, mostly unused. Bring this one back to the back door. Come on, just gonna toot the horn. Kind of fun, but it runs on this track that really doesn't go all that far. This right here is one of the selling points, but it's really kind of a pain in the ass to use it. Sorry about that car noise there. You know, some people in town think they're in the Fast and the Furious, and they can have those loud ass exhausts on their crappy little Hondas or Toyotas. I don't like Hondas and Toyotas, but the cars these people drive are just you know, like Dom once said, you couldn't even push that across the finish line. That's how bad those cars are. Going up the hill, a little bit of an incline there. Back to the train yard, we're going to jump on the brakes. Take a little bit to stop. Bring it right under the reloading. As you can see in the top left, it says start filling. That. This actually, this thing right here is a grain elevator that you can load your trains by. Okay. Looks like we got some taters we can harvest. Took it a second for the game to do its business, but yeah, here we go. Okay. Machine all lined up where it's supposed to be. And then there we go. And see, they're being processed, they're being brought up in the machine itself by that conveyor belt. Come right out front here. That's the head. It's actually running along. I'm not sure what the hell just happened there. No, 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 no. No, you're supposed to... I don't know why the computer does this sometimes, but it gets lost. And it just decides, oh, I'm going to turn around and go this way. It's like, you know what? Hell no. And I'll run this myself. Since you seem incapable of doing it yourself, I will take care of it. Not angry, it's just kind of weird. Okay. Turn on the harvester. And here we go. An inside view of tater farming. Okay, and it stopped, weird. Must be getting some kind of weird, in-game anomaly, because... Yeah, there's definitely tater plants here. I don't know what the hell this thing's doing, but... I don't get it. I really don't understand it myself. Well, alright. I guess that line's a dud, because we only got a little bit of potatoes from it. Most bizarre. And it could also be not picking them up, because we're also touching a green area, which can't be harvested yet. Yeah, it just started to pick up a little bit more, so... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, guys. Here we go. See about getting some of that. And it's not touching anything. What the hell is going on here? I think it's gonna be a bug or something, because things acting really weird. Here we go. Now we're getting some stuff. Now we're back on track like we should be. That is infinitely better. For a second I thought, even though I'm playing on the PS4, for a second I thought the app was going to crash. Swing around here. Alright, now let's see if this guy's actually going to run it for me. Yes, he is. It's working. See if I can get it. Camera's being difficult. And now it stopped again. Okay. I don't know what's going on, but... but it's kind of funny to end on a goof. But, thank you guys very, very much for watching. Please make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. This previously recorded stream or any of my other content. For more. And as always, I have been your host, Glassjaw Deathclaw. You guys have a great night.